The strange thing about climbing through every social class isn't that your life gets better, it's that the same feeling follows you the whole way up, it just changes clothes. You're 26 the day the card gets declined for $4. It's a gas station. There's a guy behind you. The machine beeps. The cashier looks at you. You tap the card again like tapping it harder will change the math, and it declines again. And you say, just do 6 on pump 3 and put back the coffee and walk out with your ears hot. That's the bottom, not a number. That feeling, the ears going hot while a stranger waits. And here's what nobody tells you. You are going to spend the next 20 years, and every dollar you ever make, trying to never feel that again. You'll climb through every class there is, chasing the day nobody watches you tap a card. You'll even get there. It just won't feel like you thought it would. The grocery store is where you feel watched first. You've got a basket, not a cart. A cart is for people who don't know the total, and you always know the total. And you clock him. The employee who suddenly decided this exact aisle needs restocking. He's not stocking. He's watching. You've learned the difference. The way you learn a second language, without meaning to. Your daughter reaches for the cereal with the cartoon on it. The good one. $4.50. You pick up the bag, one shelf down, the one with no cartoon, the one that's $2, and you say, this one's better, trust me, and she believes you, because she's 5 and you're her father, and why wouldn't she? She believes you. That's the part that stays. You've gotten good at this, making the thing you can't afford look like the thing you didn't want. You do it so smoothly nobody sees it. Except you see it. You see it every time. Poor isn't a lack of money, it's a tax on every dollar you've got. You feel it everywhere once you know the feeling. The car makes a sound on the drive home, and your whole body goes cold. Because that sound isn't a repair, it's a choice, the brakes or the electric bill. And you already know which one wins. And you already know what December's going to feel like in that apartment. Down here, nobody watches you because you matter. They watch you because you might take something. The landlord watches the first of the month. The teller's face does a small thing when your balance loads. You stop feeling like a person walking through the world and start feeling like a thing the world keeps one eye on. And somewhere in there, a gas station, a cereal aisle, a cold feeling on a drive home, you make the promise. Somewhere out there is a life where nobody watches me like this. You'd give anything to get to it. You will get to it. That's not the twist. The twist is what's waiting there. The job offer comes on a Thursday, $38,000 a year. Benefits, a schedule. You read the number twice, you've never had a number you could count on before, and then you sit in the car and just breathe. Because you can feel the siren in your head getting quieter for the first time in years. Working class. And it works. This part is real, and anyone who tells you it isn't has never been hungry. The first grocery run, after the first real paycheck, you catch yourself doing the running total out of habit, and then you stop. You don't have to. You put the cereal with the cartoon in the cart. Your daughter doesn't even notice, which is somehow the best part, that for her, this was always normal. You solved the loud thing. You solved hunger. Nobody claps. But you feel it, standing in that aisle. You made it up a rung. Then, slowly, a new thing shows up. And it's so quiet, it takes you months to name it. They stop looking at you at all. At work, you're the one who makes the day run and vanishes inside it. 11 years someone could give this place, and be gone in a weekend, and the machine wouldn't so much as cough. There's a company party, and someone reads your name off a list to thank you and gets it a little wrong, and laughs, and you laugh too. At the bottom, the world watched you like a threat. Here, it watches you like furniture, and late one night, it lands on you which one is actually lonelier, because a threat, at least, is something. You keep your head down. You don't make noise. The floor is right there under the thin carpet. One transmission, one ER visit, one bad Monday, and $38,000 a year as a gas station with your ears hot. You know it. So you stay quiet, and you stay small, and you're grateful. And being grateful for a cage you can almost afford is its own kind of tired. You traded a loud problem for a quiet one. And the quiet ones, you're learning, are the ones that actually get you. Then the promotion comes, the one that's supposed to fix all of it. You take it. You move up and out, into a neighborhood with lawns, and you find out there's a way of being watched that's worse than suspicion, and worse than being ignored. You find out what it's like to be watched by people who expect you to perform. The new house has a lawn, and the lawn is the first thing that ever watches you back. You're out there on a Saturday because the guy across the street is out there, and his edges are clean, and yours aren't, and you feel it, the small pull to match him. You didn't used to own an edger, you own one now. You bought it the same week you noticed his. This is middle class, and the loud problem is gone. The fridge is full, the car starts, the siren in your head is finally, fully quiet. Something moves into the space where it used to be. You catch yourself doing math again, but it's a different math now. Not, can I afford this? It's, what will they think if I don't? The neighbors have a grill the size of a small car. Your daughter 12 now comes home and asks why you don't have the thing her friend has, and you hear yourself say, we'll see, which is the middle-class version of the cereal. Same move, nicer aisle. You put a patio set on a card and tell yourself it's fine, you'll pay it next month. And next month, there's the dentist. And the month after that, the water heater. The card doesn't go down, it goes up quietly, a little every month, the way water rises in a room you're standing in. And here's the thing you don't notice yourself doing. You stop opening the statements. They come in the mail, and they go in a drawer, and the drawer is the one part of the house that isn't performing. Then one night in October, you open one. You don't even know why the house is asleep. You're standing in the kitchen, and you just do it. $11,400. You read it twice, the way you read the job offer all those years ago, except this time the number is pointed at you. 11,000, on a card. When did that happen? You can't name a single thing you bought. That's the horror of it. It wasn't a boat, it wasn't a mistake. It was a grill here, a dentist there, a Christmas you didn't want to shrink. It was the performance, billed monthly. And the first thought you have, the very first, before fear, before shame, is nobody can know. That's the rule up here. Nobody knows. Because everybody's doing it. The clean-edge neighbor, you find out later, he's 40,000 deep on the truck and the boat and the kitchen. The whole street is a row of houses smiling at each other, and behind every door is a drawer like yours. Down at the bottom, you hid that you had nothing. Up here, you hide that you have less than it looks. You went pro at the same trick, making need look like choice. You just do it in a bigger house now. Middle class isn't a level of comfort, it's a level of performance. And the audience you're performing for isn't even the neighbors. One night you're standing in the driveway looking at your own house, the way they might see it, grading it, and it hits you who's really watching. You are. You put the eyes there yourself. You spent your whole life terrified of the world's gaze, and the second it stopped, you built a copy of it in your own head so you'd never be without it. You lie awake doing the what will they think math at 2 a.m., and there's nobody in the room. There's nobody watching, and you can't stop. So you decide, the answer is more. More would fix it. More would pay the drawer down and shut the eyes up. You put your head down and you climb, and this time you make real money. You have no idea you're about to get everything you performed for and feel like a stranger in it. The corner office has a door, and for the first time in your life, people go quiet a little when you walk through it. Upper middle, professional class. The title, the salary, with the comma in a new place, the restaurant where they know your name. The drawer is empty now. You paid it off in 18 months and never told a soul it existed. You made it the version of made it you pictured in that gas station 20 years ago. Nobody watches you like a threat now. Nobody looks past you like furniture. They look at you, and they defer. And the strangest thing happens. It feels like it's happening to someone else. A younger guy on your team calls you sir, without irony, and you glance behind you. Someone asks what you do at a dinner, and you say the title and watch their posture change, and you feel the small warmth of it, and then, right behind the warmth, the cold. They're respecting a business card. They've never met the person holding it. You have the money now. Here's what you don't have. A single Tuesday, that's yours. You answer the email at 9:40 p.m. Because the version of you that got here doesn't stop, can't stop, wouldn't know how. Your daughter's 16 and she texts you a photo from something you said you'd be at. And you're not at it. You're in the office being deferred to. That's the upper middle trick. Down at the bottom, the world watched you, and you had a life. Up here, the world respects you, and the life is gone. Traded meeting by meeting for a respect aimed at a role you play, not a man you are. Success stops being what you have and starts being what you're afraid to lose. And late in a hotel room on a work trip, you finally think the sentence you've been outrunning since the gas station, why don't I feel different? You don't have an answer. But for the first time, you wonder if the money was ever the thing you were chasing. That's the night before you find out what's on the other side of enough. Every level so far has followed the same rule. Watched like a threat, watched like furniture, watched like a performance, watched like a title. Different eyes, same cage, and by now you think you know how this story goes. Then the money gets real, and the pattern breaks. The eyes come back. The first time someone laughs too hard at your joke, you know your life has changed. It wasn't that funny. You know it wasn't. But there are 4 people at the table, and the check is going to be yours, and everyone at the table knows it, so the joke lands like you're Chris Rock. You feel the laugh arrive a half second late, the calculated beat, and something in you goes quiet and careful, that never goes loud again. Wealthy. Real money now. The kind that shows. After all those invisible years, people see you again. That's supposed to be the reward. That's supposed to be the gas station promise, paid in full. Except they're not looking at you, they're doing math. You start to hear it under everything. An old friend calls after 2 silent years and takes 9 minutes to get to the ask, and you spend all 9 waiting for it, and you hate that you're right. A woman is interested, and you can't turn off the voice that says interested in what. Your own brother's kid needs a loan for a sure thing, and the number is nothing to you, and you say yes, and the thank you has a weight to it that never fully lifts. Every new face gets an asterisk now. Every warm thing might be a withdrawal. You got what you promised yourself at the gas station, you got seen again. You just never said by whom. You buy the big house, the one that's supposed to be the finish line, and it's quiet in a way you didn't expect, because the price of a house like that is a moat, and a moat keeps out everyone, not just the ones doing math. You sit in it and you realize the loneliest you've ever felt wasn't the invisible years. It's this. Being surrounded by people who all want the same thing and calling it a social life. Money didn't buy you out of being watched. It just changed what the watching costs. And one afternoon, your daughter, grown now, gone to her own life, calls just to talk, no ask, nothing underneath it. And you notice you're waiting for the ask anyway, out of habit, and it doesn't come, and you have to sit down. Because you've gotten so good at hearing the math that you almost stopped hearing the one voice that never had any. That's the moment something turns. Not the money. You. You stop climbing to be seen, and you start doing the only thing left. There's no scene for the day you become free, and that's the first strange thing about it. No party, no corner office with your name on the door. It's a Tuesday. You do the math one more time the way you've done math your whole life, in gas stations and grocery aisles, and over an $11,000 statement at midnight, and this time it says, you never have to do it again. The number is enough. It will always be enough. You wait to feel the finish line thing. It doesn't come. What comes is silence. No boss watching the clock. No neighbors' clean edges. No table laughing too hard at your joke. No 2 a.m. audience in your own head. For the first time since a gas station made your ears go hot at 26, nobody is watching you. And it's the most terrifying quiet you've ever sat in. Because the watching was never the problem. It was the distraction. Every level handed you a new set of eyes to manage, and managing them kept you too busy to sit still with the question underneath all of it, the one that's been waiting since you put back a 5-year-old cereal. Who are you, when no one's watching? You don't answer it that Tuesday. You just, finally, stop running from it. The phone rings. It's your daughter grown, gone to her own life, calling for no reason at all. Dad, what are you doing? You look around. There's a coffee going cold. There's a window with nothing urgent on the other side of it. No meeting, no email lighting up the screen, no sound in the house except her voice. You wait for the old reflex, the wait for the ask. It doesn't come. There isn't one. There's just your kid, on a weekday, wanting to hear your voice. Nothing, you say. And you realize it's the first true thing you've said in years, because it's the first time in your life that nothing is the honest answer. I've been trying to get here, you tell her, my whole life. She laughs. Not sure what you mean. That's okay. It was a Tuesday with nothing in it, and a phone against your ear, and no math left to do. You stay on the line a long time. Outside, the day just goes on without needing anything from you. Nobody's watching. For the first time, you don't need them to be.